Hey everyone, it's Goose the Grey once again, here with another solo queue cast, and this time around I will be bringing you s0AZ's Game 5 from his Challenger promotion matches. And this should be a really cool game because we've got a bunch of big name players in here, not only Tilted and Straighter on the blue side, but of course on that red team. We have NIP 0-0, we have Ritix, we have s0AZ, and we have Amin from NIP. So a lot of big players in this one, and it should be really annoying and really exciting. And as I just said, there's a lot on the line for some of these players. s0AZ trying to get into Challenger. Is he going to be able to do this? That's what we're about to find out. I have all the champion icons lined up now, and we are onto the Rift. And what I love already is Lulu going mid. So I have to work that around this way. We have the defensive line of scrimmage as we have in almost any game set up already. And while everyone's just sitting around waiting for the buffs to spawn, I'm going to go over the lineups. In the top lane we have Yasuo matching up against Darius. In the jungle it will be Wukong trying to beat a Pantheon. Mid lane a Lulu coming out up against that Kassadin, and of course in the bottom lane we have a Draven Thresh up against a Soraka Caitlyn lane. So this should be amazing. I'm really excited for this. I'm really looking forward to that Lulu mid and how she will fare against a Kassadin. And I really want to see how that Soraka does in the bottom lane as well. She did of course go with the Doran's Shield, so she has a little bit of extra HP, but in exchange her mana regeneration will be very low and she cannot spam heal all day long. Now if Amin and Ritix manage to do enough damage to Caitlyn, she'll be so bullied out that she can't really do much. It's all going to come down to how well can Soraka play that lane, how well does Caitlyn dodge the death sentences. They are setting up down there in the bottom lane, and we see both of the junglers starting with their blue buffs. So they're not going to be meeting in the top lane for an early first blood. For an early 2v2 I mean. Instead, each one going to go their own way. And Pantheon going to make his way to the bottom lane first. Of course, that could be on purpose, trying to help out that bottom lane as fast as possible. If they need help, that is. For now, still look pretty even. Of course, Soraka with the Starfall able to counter push a little bit. But she's going to steal some CS with that. Only got one so far. That's probably going to increase as the game goes on. So, wait a second. I should check the names. I really hope nothing happens right now, but the red team is now Team s0AZ. That's a little more accurate. After all, he's the one trying to make his promo series work here. As now we have both of the junglers on their respective red buffs. They're going to be making their ways into the first gank. Either in the mid or the lane, but wow, we see Lulu actually dominating that mid lane for the time being. She's already bullied Kassadin pretty much out of lane. He's still caught up, he's still even in CS, but who knows how much longer that will last. And now with Pantheon coming around behind, Lulu may get herself caught, but she flashes over the wall after Kassadin. The Ignite takes down. That's going to be first blood over to Lulu. What a play. She forced Kassadin all the way under the tower and then flashed over the wall, but meanwhile in the bottom lane, Thresh is going pretty low. Caitlyn doing very nice damage there. Thresh is getting with just over 200 HP. No summoners used in that bottom lane though, so all the chances for renewed engagement still on the table. But really, that bottom lane was phenomenal. Lulu had bullied Kassadin so low, and Kassadin was trying to stall out for the gank to come in. Now we have Wukong in the top lane. Yasuo already has that Ignite down onto Darius. Darius flashes away, but the red buff is still ticking on him. There's a whirlwind. That's going to be death for him. Yasuo picking that one up. He's going to be quite happy with that. Really needed that in that lane too. Darius was starting to bully him a little bit. Now it completely turned around, and Yasuo has the clear advantage. Death Sentence lands onto Caitlyn, but the HP bars are low for both Draven and Thresh. There's the flash out of Draven trying to get away. Flash out of Soraka as well. She's going down to the Ignite. I'm going to pick up that kill. Caitlyn tanked up another tower hit as well. Now Pantheon was trying to get onto Thresh and Draven, but both of them escaped with their lives. That was beautifully played by the red team's bot lane. And now in the mid lane we have Wukong coming in for another gank onto Kassadin. There's nice shield glitter lance combination to take him out. That's a second kill onto Lulu now. The red team making their moves all across the map. First the gank in the top lane by Wukong, then the increased aggression in that bottom lane, or rather the phenomenal escape. The fact that both Thresh and Draven were able to survive was a really just incredible play. And not only that, they managed to drag s0AZ so far under the tower that she was not able to live. The early death sentence from Thresh was great, and in the end, they just picked up a kill onto Thresh. Draven picked up the assist, at least got that Vamp Scepter. It is now finally back into the lane, of course with a sizable CS disadvantage, but he's going to catch up soon now that Caitlyn is recalling herself. Lulu in the mid lane, I mean, is doing very well for herself. With about a 7 CS lead at this time, already has that Fiendish Codex and a Null Magic Mantle plus a Fairy Charm, going for that Chalice of Harmony as quickly as possible now. Now Pantheon is up in the top lane, Wukong is hard on his heels, and Yasuo does still have that dash. It does get stunned up though. He's walking under his tower, he's going to be safe, and now with Wukong on the outskirts of this, it could be a 2v2 engagement. For now, it does look like Wukong is just going to sit in that Tribush area, and they see Pantheon recalling on top of that ward. As soon as he's gone, expect Wukong to go in on this, because Darius is currently deep under the tower. There they go, but they didn't wait until Pantheon was gone. Pantheon can still re-engage on this, but the Whirlwind was already there. There comes a stun onto s0AZ. s0AZ flashes away. The Ignite is still on him. Wukong with the Nimbus Strike takes out Darius though. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, we have a fight as well. Flash comes out of Caitlyn. She goes back towards her tower with a 90 caliber net. Nice pilt over Peacemaker. And now Draven actually very low. He's pretty much out of mana. Nice flee backwards from Amin though. Keeps his AD carries safe for the time being. But more Starfalls. There's the silence. That's going to be the first kill. Can s0AZ get the second one as well? One more Starfall. But she does get hit by the death sentence, so she could get killed in return. No, she's going to survive. Nicely done there. Just turning the aggression around. Of course, sadly, both of the kills went onto s0AZ, but I don't think they're going to mind much. They just took out one of the most aggressive bot lanes in the game cleanly. 0-0 and s0AZ almost took out Pantheon as well, so they were quite happy, pushed that wave into the tower, are now recalling, and right now it really looks like the red team making good moves. Of course, down there in the bottom lane, that was a little bit of a rather failed engagement. This time around, it's Caitlyn with the CS lead, is about 8 up on Draven, is about a Dorn's Blade up on him in gold, so that's not too hefty yet. If they get another kill, if that happens again, it could really go the other way. Or if Caitlyn, imagine if Caitlyn had picked up both those kills, that would have been devastating. Now, Kassadin trying to make something work in the mid lane, trying to bait in that kill, but it's not going to be enough. The Ignite is going to take him out, and the Wild Growth came out of Lulu. Now, Pantheon, is he going to be able to finalize that kill? No! Kassadin was just a little premature. He went in there very, very early, and then got taken out for his troubles. Now with Wukong sitting on the outskirts, Lulu is trying to bait Pantheon. There he goes, the shield is on, and there's Wukong coming in with the Cyclone. That's going to be another kill. s0AZ picking that one up for himself. He's just been doing work this game. 2-0-2, already has the Spirit of the Elder Lizard. That is just huge. Right now, a 3-0-1 Lulu, a 2-0-2 Wukong, and a 1-0-1 Yasuo. That's not something I want to deal with. That's just so powerful, and all three of those can snowball fairly easily. Now we do have a disconnect on s0AZ, which could be a rather major issue for the blue team, as the bottom lane was their only point of hope. Caitlyn now forced all the way back to her tower. That of course breaks their backbone for a little while until she reconnects. So, taking stock, after 8.5 minutes, it's 7-2 in kills. We have a 2,000 something gold lead in favor of the red team. No towers have gone down yet, but the kills are on the right people. Except that one on Thresh that could have gone over to Draven, but it doesn't even matter much. Draven gonna keep stacking up his adoration. He just has to be careful not to die, and then the next kill he picks up will be beautiful for him. Top lane, we already have the Avarice Blade on Yasuo. He's getting more and more powerful. The Athene's Unholy Grail is already completed on Lulu, of course, and Draven is slowly stacking up a little more damage as well. s0AZ luckily reconnected now, so she's going to make her way down back to the bottom lane. But in the meantime, Draven has already taken about half the HP off of that bottom tower. Caitlyn's still holding though. She's level 6 due to her time alone. There's the death sentence, doesn't quite connect, so that's going to be Caitlyn being safe. That would have been a narrow chance, because s0AZ was just about to get back to lane. I'm not sure if they ever realized she was gone. Probably did. She was out of lane for that long. It's not normal. But now Thresh is missing a little bit of his HP. There is the ultimate on Caitlyn already. Who knows how much... Oh, here's the man drop in the mid lane. Pantheon coming in. Lulu is silenced. Cannot get away from this one. There's a stun. Pantheon doing huge amounts of damage, but here's Wukong coming in, and they instantly disengage. Instead, red team goes in, and that's the first kill for s0AZ. Wow, he does so much damage. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Nice Lantern, and then the save from that ultimate out of Caitlyn. Now the death sentence to keep her away from that, while s0AZ chases down Draven. s0AZ had to give up the chase though, and Amin walking under his tower, doing a huge job there, protecting his AD carry. So very, very nicely done by him, keeping Draven alive, and that was crucial. That was really a very good move. 8-2 now in kills with that repeated killing in the mid lane. 3-0-2 on both Wukong and Lulu now. Kassadin already out of mana, out of HP, has to recall again. This game is snowballing in favor of the red team. Could be looking to Dragon soon. Oh, s0AZ actually getting hit up hard. The bleed stacks and the ignite still taking on him. It is not going to be enough. Wow! He survived with 16 HP. That was just ever so close. Incredible by him. And Wukong, Fnatic s0AZ on the move today. He's always where he needs to be, just moving up to the top lane. As of course Yasuo was pushed out, so not even any tower damage going to come of that. Darius not having the best of games right now. Of course neither is some of the rest of his team. Pantheon got counter-ganked in mid twice and got taken out both times. Kassadin's died 3 times already. He's not been able to measure up against Lulu. And now s0AZ is back down in that bottom lane. She picked up a Giant's Belt very early on, so she's incredibly tanky. And at the same time, she does nice damage. The Death Sentence connects onto Kassadin. Wow, he goes so low from that little bit of burst out of Lulu. Now there's the flash, but the ignite is on. The flash glitter lance out of Lulu will take him out. Nicely done by him. And Yasuo, he's just interrupting the recall. Darius, of course, out of mana. Wanted to just get out of there. Wukong was on the backside of that mid engagement as well, by the way, so he could have still come in, tried to finalize that kill as well, but now they've taken down the tower. Lulu looks for some aggression. The damage she does, and the flash forced out to dodge the death sentence, but meanwhile in top lane, Darius was not allowed to go back, and Wukong goes up there, picks kill for himself. 4-0-2 now on 2 members of the red team. 1-0-2 on that Yasuo in the top lane. He's building towards that static shift, doesn't even have it yet, and that's really where he gets the power spike. Already, the red team is so far ahead that I'm not sure what the blue team can still do to really recover from this one. It's 5,000 gold at the 12-minute mark. That's ridiculously much gold in favor of one team. Now in the mid lane, they're making a 3-person push down onto this middle inner tower. And look at Kassadin, he just gets poked out so hard. As I said earlier, the only point of hope for the blue team at this point is that bottom lane. Caitlyn and s0AZ did take out that bottom outer tower. That's now 2 towers to 1. It's not good enough yet. They need to do more. Amin out of mana, and here's the blue team. s0AZ moving in as well. That's going to be 1 kill for them. Finally, the wild growth still came out. Wanted to save Thresh as long as possible, but he's going to go down. Pantheon picking that one up. He's finally getting some gold. He's going to love this. And now the man drop. Nope. He did decide not to ult, but that is going to be the dragon for the blue team most likely. Wukong and Yasuo moving over there, but Draven stuck in the bottom lane, and Lulu just went back. Thresh, of course, was taken out, so I'm not sure if they can do anything. Wukong actually gets caught out a little bit. That's a huge amount of damage. He is silenced, not going to be able to escape. He's going to go down, wasn't even allowed to flash away. That's what happens when there's a ward in the bush that you walk through, and the enemy team peels immediately. The blue team's out. Have now finally gotten 4 kills onto the board for themselves, and of course the dragon about to fall, shortening the gold lead to 3,000, so a little bit better. They really needed that one too. Looks like they still want to try steal away the blue buff. s0AZ going pretty deeply in there. There are 3 members of the blue team, but Draven of course is around the corner. They have to be careful here. Blue buff is very low already, and there is the blue buff picked up by Thresh, but at least it was denied from Lulu. That's all they wanted in that one. Yeah, so now finally with that static shift, he's hit his first power spike. He's clearing out those minion waves very, very quickly. We have Darius building not only a phage, but also Giant's Belt, wants to be a little tanky and do some extra damage. Hasn't been working out quite well enough for him yet. 0-3-1. Yasuo going to be pushing that top lane very, very quickly now, of course, with those electrical charges coming out of the static shift. And this might be now the move to steal away the blue team's blue buff by Lulu and Yasuo. It was pinged, so they probably know about it and they're moving in. If Lulu isn't careful, she could get caught out of position very harshly here. There's Kassadin moving around, but Wukong is in the mix as well now. They know where Darius is, and they're going to go in on this. Pantheon is around the corner as well. There's Wukong, and Darius is still fighting this. He's going to get caught out. He's going to take so much damage. Lulu picking up the kill with a glitter lance. Now Thresh very out of position, though. Amin all on his own. But the rest of the team is close, so Pantheon and Kassadin decide to want to back off, and Pantheon through a wall gets picked off by Lulu as well. 6-0-2 Lulu in mid. This is phenomenal. I love this. Such a very strong performance. And the tower, top inner tower about to fall. That's going to be very nice for them as well. Meanwhile, Thresh trying to land another death sentence. Amin really looking for blood at this point. 1-2-2. Compared to the 6-0-2 out of Lulu, it's not impressive enough yet. He wants to pad it a little bit, which I can understand. We have Draven pushing down the mid lane. Look at the damage he does to Caitlyn. He's pretty powerful despite only having that Bloodthirster, but Draven of course does very well. Here's the man drop though, and there's the ace in the hole landed as well. The flash came out of Draven and he's going to stay safe. Pantheon wasn't able to catch the stun onto him, so he escapes with his life. It's going to be the middle outer tower going down towards the blue team though. I would believe. I don't think. Oh my god, the home guards are so strong. They're back in time. It's not even home guards, it's just the boots of mobility plus a Whimsy. And here goes Yasuo with a flash. There was the knockup, but he wasn't able to get his ult in there at the same time. That was unfortunate, but it happens now. They go in. Thresh going very low, but that's the first kill going over to Wukong. Lulu fighting Kassadin. Kassadin did pick up the kill onto Thresh. Is going to go down and return. Lulu picking that one up. Now, Wukong on the front lines wants more blood. It is currently a 2-for-1 exchange. Support and mid lane are down from the blue team, whereas only Thresh is dead for Team s0AZ. s0AZ going very deep. Wants to get in onto Darius. There was a knockup from the Cyclone. Yasuo went in with his ultimate. Now, Pantheon coming around. Yasuo is still stuck under the tower, actually gets taken out. Meanwhile, Wukong had to use his Nimbus Strike to get away from Caitlyn, so a little bit over-aggressive there. Was turned around by the blue team quite nicely. Still a fairly strong defense, so they haven't given up on this game yet. But in the meantime, you know, Draven's just sitting down in the bottom lane, trying to push that one out. Lulu actually getting caught out a bit. Pretty low, that's the fault. But yeah, Draven has just been left alone. In that, oh, the flash out of Darius. He wanted Lulu for that one. He tried to flash and then drag her in. Didn't quite work out. Bottom outer goes down for the red team. They've gotten that, and now we have the fight. Lulu's still very, very low. Managed to get away from Soraka with that Thresh box, and here they go back in again. They're going to pick up the kill onto Pantheon. Can they get any more now? Thresh still wants it, but Lulu has to be careful. She's so low that she has to back off. Draven trying to take out Kassadin. Look at the damage. Where is it going to be? The flash came out of Thresh, but it's not quite going to be the kill now. He's tanked up the tower for a while. Didn't actually land the lantern on himself. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Draven was not quite able to finish off Kassadin. He did use his ultimate, and now Kassadin is back. Is that going to be the kill? Yes, it is! Draven finally with a 716 bonus gold kill. He wanted that one, so nicely done by him. Finally, he cashes in, and that was 1,000 gold to the 300 that Kassadin got. They try to take out Caitlyn before Pantheon comes in. They get her pretty low, but it's not quite going to work. Lulu at least is going to stay safe. Only Thresh going down. It did look pretty dire there, but they almost turned it around for another kill. So the red team at this point, very, very scary. They're both at about 10% HP, and here goes Wukong trying to get that kill onto Striker now, and he is going to get it. Striker with no escapes. Oh my god, the damage. Is the red buff still going to be enough? No, there wasn't any red buff, but he still takes him down with the Spirit of the Elder Lizard. That's going to be a kill onto Yasuo on that Soraka as well. Jesus, this is the red team wrecking, dominating the blue team. They're all individually very, very powerful right now, and they know they are. Wukong there, 714. That's another kill. Nicely done with that tornado out of Yasuo, and then the follow-up last breath ultimate. They're going to take this mid inner turret as well, quite happily. And at this point, it's a 10,000 gold advantage in favor of the red team, 20-8 in kills, and we're at only 19 minutes into the game. 10,000 gold is huge. That's almost 150% of the gold that the blue team have, and they're making the call for Baron. Wukong is wanting to recall. If he does, this is not going to be the Baron for the red team, as they can't do it with 3 members. A little bit greedy. Wukong does decide to go back, thus denying the chance for the Baron for his team. And if we look across the map now, we have Kassadin actually with a Magi Soul Stealer. And even though I do believe he has 4 stacks on it. No, he's 1 stack. Okay, it looked different down there in the scoreboard. So he's 1 stack on his Magi's. That's not really worth it. I do believe the calculation was after 5 stacks, a Magi's pays for itself an ability power worth. But Kassadin is too squishy. He just dies too fast, as we can see, not having the best of games with 3-7-1 right now. He was just demolished by Lulu in the mid lane, 7-0-5, and there's a 7-1-5 Wukong as well, and a 3-1-4 Yasuo. All of these members so very powerful, and now it's just a matter of waiting for the bitter end. Look, the death sentence not quite connecting. They scare the other members of the blue team off. Yasuo is up in the top lane, Draven down in the bottom lane. They're doing the triple push right now. They can really decide what they want to do at all times, as each of their members is so strong. And there's just nothing that the blue team can do to stop them. They're basically confined to that of inhibitor towers and maybe that inner tower in the bottom lane where Caitlyn is sitting right now. But even she has to be careful not to get caught out. Pantheon was making his way down to the bottom lane, wanted to catch out Draven. Instead, Draven stayed safe, is now coming back around. Is he going to be able to steal away that red buff? Puts down the ward, and there's the axe, but wasn't quite enough. Pantheon was able to pick that one up for himself. That was really close, though. And Draven now, without word, spots out shoutcasted, and he wants to go in for this. Caitlyn is around the corner, the Rift Walk over the wall, but here's Wukong actually onto Pantheon. Does a huge amount of damage. That tornado coming out, and the Draven ultimate meanwhile finished off shoutcasted. Now they go in for Darius. He has no way to escape. That's the clone Caitlyn, not the real one. That's GG. Well played surrender vote coming out of the blue team. And congratulations, s0AZ, on Challenger. You made it. Your team was really powerful. But 915, I'd say you have earned it. So congratulations, it was a lot of fun to watch, and after only 20 minutes and 55 seconds, s0AZ enters Challenger. GG, well played, and I hope you all liked watching it. If you did, please feel free to like this video, subscribe to my channel. I will be doing more and more casting in the next weeks. Hope sometimes with other people together as well. My client crashed, that's why you can't see the after game stats. I apologize. But you can follow me on Twitter as well. I will put the link in the description, and if you have any feedback, please leave it in the comments. I will be reading them all and try and do better myself for the next casts I will be doing. So, as I said, I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.